Hey, this is Mike. I'm here. I'm really excited to be here with John Pemberthy. And John, in my opinion, I've known John for a long time. He got it started with a previous SEO product that I put out. Really went nuts with it. Ace at launch jacking, absolute ace at video marketing, and we're really fortunate. I actually already got some training with John from when he was first probably breaking about into six figures. That's probably along the lines where he was. Last year, in large part, I would say, one of the main pillars of his success is his incredible skill with video marketing, and he's now hit John ballpark over $300,000 last year. Is that in the last 12 months? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's roughly how much I made last year. Yeah,
it's incredible. And when you joined me, I think you were selling bicycle parts on eBay. So that's a long. Do you remember those days? So
that's how I kind of was trying to get my start doing some kind of business. So I started going to my friends at the skate park, buying their bikes and selling them on eBay.
It's great. So tell me, now looking back, reflecting, you've become quite great with video marketing. Of course, a lot of that is trial and error. A lot of it's rehearsing. Watching yourself on video, committing to the process. I know that you went through the process. You started first just trying to sell with a website with no video at all, and then you tried adding video where you were too shy to be on camera.
Yeah.
You'd just be on Camtasia, and then eventually you added. Now, did you go from there to picture-in-picture, or did you go from there to live video?
So then I started doing. I was doing these screen capture videos. So I was recording my screen, talking over the top of that. Then I slowly realized that actually, if you have your face on the camera, if you have your face on the screen, it just brings around even more of that know, like, and trust that you want to have in your business. So then I started doing screen captures still, but I'd have my little picture while I was recording so they could see me.
Like our OMG training videos.
Exactly, yeah.
Most of them are.
Yeah, so they have it in the corner, and so people can actually see me as I was talking to them, and that somehow just brought around so much more trust and likability, yeah.
And then eventually you switched over to really using live camera very well. Actually, I see camera equipment behind you, your lighting kits and so forth.
Yeah.
So in that time, I think it's been a little over a year and a half since we first talked about, and even back then, I could really see you coming on as a Top Gun. You've now really gotten, you did your very first webinar with me a little over a year ago, but since then, you've really become an ace at it. And I'd like to just go into, we may break this up over a couple videos, or we may nail it all at once. I'm not sure. But if you can a little bit try to put yourself back a year and a half, right around when you did your first webinar, and you were first looking to spread your ring. That was right around the actual launch of OMG. What are some of the things that you think that you've learned, and it's possible that you'll also have some additional reflections, because we already have a great training video with you, but it's a great privilege to have you here now, because I want to see what you've learned now and have that progression. I think that's just so valuable for people, because you're much more comfortable and much more alive on camera now. You feel great on camera.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of time to get to that point, and actually, Mike, you'll probably be quite surprised. I still get so nervous before I do, let's say, a video or something. Sometimes it will take me 20 takes to get my video right. Maybe that's me being a bit OCD and wanting to get it perfect. But I still get incredibly nervous. I'll hit the record button, I'll kind of start talking and then fumble on my words and have to do it again. So all of that stuff is kind of hidden behind the scenes. So the video that you see is my final edit that I'm actually happy with. So, but I mean, even that final edit took a lot of time to be able to master. And you only are able to achieve that if you're consistent in producing more videos. This was something that I really I almost just made a decision that that's what I was going to do. I was going to do videos. I saw that they were valuable. I saw that it just increased conversions. I saw that people saw me more as an authority if I was on video. They liked me more. So I knew that I had to be doing it. So I kind of just overcome that barrier of not liking what I looked like on camera, not liking how I sounded, not being able to do it right, not having the right equipment. These are all kind of hurdles and blockages that people will face. Maybe if you're on this call right now, that's actually a hurdle that you're facing, is that you know that video is valuable, yet you're not doing it for one of those reasons. You haven't got the right equipment, like what you look like, you know, that kind of thing. I can remember so clearly going back, let's say 3 years now. I put up my first few videos, and I just looked so silly on camera. I was really spotty. My face is starting to clean up a bit now. But I was a lot younger then. You know, I was spotty. I had rugged hair. You know, I was really close up to the camera because I didn't know how to do framing and all this stuff. But the fact that I've got to where I am now with the success that I have with video, and just by the way, guys, the money that Mike was talking about, that's pretty much all as a result of video. I built my business on video. So the fact that I've got to this stage right now is because I was consistent and I pushed through that. I put videos up on YouTube. I'd have people giving me negative comments and, you know, poking fun at me, whatever it was. I could have at that point said, okay, I'm going to quit on video. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to move on to something else. But I decided, no, I'm going to push through on this. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to keep learning different things that I do wrong in video so that I can then improve that for the next one. So I just kept doing videos, churning them out every day.
And $340,000 a year is an extraordinary amount of money. I mean, you know, like being around OMG, you might think it's normal. It's just not. It's amazing. Now let me double check one thing, because you've got the recording on your end. I'm not big on your screen, right? You're big on the screen. Is that correct?
No, so how it works is it will switch. So when I'm talking, it will enlarge me. When you're talking, it will pick that up and it'll enlarge you. It's quite clever. So
it does it automatically. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I want to point out to viewers right now is that John and I had to move through a few different processes to get this correct. We tried. We were going to do Skype, and then we switched to Google Hangouts. We were having trouble getting the Google Hangout to work. This is one of the things that you just weather with video, because you realize that video is just going to be so high value that just going forward is just winds up being valuable. Like John's saying, so it's okay if you don't start with the right equipment or whatever, because you're making a ton of money with the wrong equipment, with the wrong framing, with the wrong skill set, with, you know, all the wrongs, and yet you were killing it.
And actually, I tell you, Mike, when I've only just started upgrading my cameras and stuff to DSLRs and things like this, but I built my business up until just late last year. I built my entire business on a $100 Kodak ZI-8 camera, which was a little flip cam with a USB that flicks out of it. You plug it straight into your computer. You know, it was HD, but it was a $100 camera, and I built my business on that. So, you know,
did you have a lighting kit at that point?
I had no lighting kit. I had nothing. I literally had this camera, and then I think I bought a real cheap $10 tripod. You know, I started with just well, I say the worst. It was all right. It was a decent little camera, but I didn't have to go all flashy with big expensive gear. I mean, I have got that now, but I did when I started. So that's really important for people to know, is that you can get started with video.
So you made your first hundreds of thousands of dollars with a $100 camera.
With a $100 camera, quite literally, yes.
Right, and you don't feel like it would shake your empire to the foundations if you were to lose like those lighting kits behind you. It would, like, one of the things that I find fascinating is I believe that I could drop you off anywhere in the world with $100 to buy a camera, and you could rebuild like in months. Do you think that that's true?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's like
let's just say a laptop and a camera. I think you could just go anywhere. You know, be doing stuff on YouTube, maybe a few bucks for Fiverr gigs to get your videos ranked.
The only reason you would need this more expensive lighting kit and, you know, a white background, green screen, all this different stuff, is if you wanted to go super professional for promotions or your own sales videos, things like this. But to be honest, most of you probably watching this call are maybe not at a place where you want to be building your own product. You just want to be able to get some words on a camera to some people, maybe your subscribers.
Yeah, and I do the lion's share. I do by far the lion's share of my recording. I made, you know, millions with video.
Yes.
And with my iPhone, I have one lighting kit. I actually have two, but I don't have one of them set up. And then that's it. I'm a little bit dark, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just.
I've actually just upgraded to the iPhone 5S myself, and it is a camera, unbelievable. You can do the most amazing HD videos on an iPhone. In fact, even when you press the button so you're viewing yourself like a selfie, that's still HD. So actually, me and Mike Long just recently did a webinar together, for one of his coaching programs, and the video that I recorded to put on the webinar page, you might find this interesting, Mike. I recorded that on this iPhone, and
Yeah.
I just had that on a tripod facing me. I was seeing myself. So you can do, like, the way technology has gone, you don't have to buy expensive gear to be good at video, not at all.
Great. Now, when you shoot a video, do you watch it? You said it's 21 takes to get a video sometimes. Do you watch those first 20 takes?
No. So I'll be part of the video, and if I didn't like it, I just delete it and do it again. So I'd only go over the final edit. So with the one that I'd have.
The one I just saw of you, the one that you recorded for our promotion, then that looked like it was in one take, was it?
It was. Oh yes, it was in one take. Yeah. Because I've got to a better level now where I used to record a little bit, pause it, and then think of what I'm going to say next. Record a bit more, pause it, think of what I'm going to say next, and then on a iMovie or whatever, then put them together and make the video. Now I feel a bit more comfortable in front of video, so I could just.
And so were you using what they call jump cuts? A jump cut is where.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. So and to explain to the user, I can't pull up Camtasia here, but if I were to pull up a Camtasia timeline, you just drop in videos. Yeah. So if I said like ABC, stop, 1, 2, 3, stop, XYZ, stop, and then between those stops, you put those together. Of course, my head might be in a different direction when it started. There might be a little interrupt in the audio, but then somehow with internet video, people are just basically comfortable with that format, and sometimes it even comes off a little better.
And I'll give your people a little tip here, Mike. If you those jump cuts where you're putting clips together, just has your head here for a second and then here, maybe that's a little bit distracting. But what works really well is breaking up the distance between you and the camera and having you framed differently. So let's say for the first part of the video for a minute, I might have this kind of framing, and I'll be talking to the camera. Then when I do a jump cut, the next part might be me real close, like this or whatever, and it's called a pattern interrupt. Where they're watching the video, suddenly they're seeing you differently.
Yeah.
You kind of
it's a different emotional effect. Like as John leads into the screen, you feel differently. Like we're just wired to feel differently emotionally.
Yeah, and even if they were then getting distracted from watching the video, you're in the same position. Suddenly, if you've moved in a big way, it subconsciously gets their attention again. Oh, he moved, and then they're listening again. And then they start to lose interest, and then boom, you move again. So it actually works really well to keep framing yourself differently, especially if you're doing a long video, maybe 10, 20 minutes. So
yeah, that's a great tip. Now let's go to this scenario. So you lose everything. You lose your Rolodex. You don't know anybody. You can't contact anybody. You have nothing. You have, let's say, a couple $100 and a laptop and maybe your iPhone or some sort of a video camera. Yeah. You get dropped off somewhere you don't know. Let's just say Orlando or Miami. You're just in Florida. Yeah. So, you have to get things together. You have to start making money. Of course, you could get a day job, but let's say somehow you can stay at a friend's place or something like that. Like you're not, but so destitute. How would you start making money? Like what steps would you take from there?
So in terms of actually building, so I haven't got a business at this point. This is just
That's right.
I need to put something together.
Today you have your expertise, you have what you know, and you have a video camera. You have enough money to get by for somehow a couple months, and then maybe 3 or 4 months, and then you have a video camera, a laptop, and your skill set, and maybe a couple $100 to buy links if you need to for videos or whatever. What do you think that you would do?
So the first thing I would do, I would do what I got my start with online. So I'll explain what that was. This is how, because I was in a position like that. I came out of college. I wanted to build this business. I just didn't know how to go about it. And then I kind of found a system that worked, and I just applied it. So what that system was, and what I would do if I would suddenly lost everything in my business and had the situation that Mike just shared, I would find a keyword. I'd go to the Google keyword tool. I would use any other tool that you want to use for keyword research. I would find a keyword that I want to target, right? And I'll get to what I mean by that in a second. So let's say I choose how to make money from home for single mums. Let's say I found that keyword, and I wanted to have people find my website when they typed in that keyword. What I would do then is I'd record a video. I'd get out my iPhone or whatever camera I had at that point, I've recorded a video. Basically, it only has to be 1 to 2 minutes long, and all I would say was, hey, you know, chances are you've come to this video because you're looking for a way to make money from home. Maybe you're a single mom. Boom! At that point, I've then got their attention. But why? Because I've specifically targeted the exact person that was typing in that keyword. It wasn't a generic video. Hey, do you want to make money online? That's not specifically targeted them. They typed in on Google or YouTube how to make money online for single moms. If I then use that wording and use those keywords, I've got their attention. They're sold already. So then once I've said that, then I would just say, look, I found a system that works. I found a system that is producing results. There'll be a link in the YouTube description. Go ahead and click on that. And what that will do is that will take you to a page where I'm going to explain how you can begin to start making some money from home, even if you're a single mom. And then what will happen is I'll go and click on that link, and what I'll do is I'll send them to an affiliate product. So I've not built a product myself. I've, you know, maybe I've gone to ClickBank and I found a product. I've gone through it. Maybe I used some of the money that I had left. I bought that product. I've gone through it. If I like it and if I feel it's valuable, then I would promote that product, and I'd have that link in the YouTube description. And then when people click on that link, those single mums, they click on that link, and if they buy the product, I'm going to get a commission. Now, how do I get the video ranked though? It's all well and good that I'm having someone come into my video and they're clicking on my link and I'm making some money. How do I get my video in front of those people that are typing in that keyword? Here's the gold, okay? What you do is you go to YouTube, you create a channel, okay? Now what you want to do, and that's just basically a YouTube account, and YouTube will give you a chance to name that channel. What do you want to call this channel? You want to name that channel the keyword that you want to target. So for example, my Gmail email would be how to make money from home for single moms at gmail.com, because I'm telling Gmail that this is what I'm about, and they'll pick up that keyword. Then I'll create the channel, the YouTube channel, and I'll name that how to make money from home for single moms. And then again, I'm telling YouTube and Google, because YouTube is owned by Google, I'm telling them this is what my channel is about. It's about making money from home for single moms. So all the time, I'm telling Google what it is that my channel and now my video is about. Then what I do is I upload the video that I just recorded, that 1 to 2 minute video. I upload that to that YouTube channel, and I have my keyword in the description of the video page. So the title. So the title of my video is how to make money from home for single mums. You're going to hear me saying this over and over again. Then in the video description, I have my link to the affiliate product that I'm promoting on the first line. That's really important, because if you see on any YouTube video, there's a little button that says show more of the description. Hardly anyone clicks that. So if your link is buried somewhere down in the description, no one's actually going to find it. So have it in the first line. The second line, you want to have your keyword, how to make money from home for single mums. Then just write a little bit of, you know, a little paragraph to do with that subject. Just provide some content. And then the last thing YouTube allows you to do is add tags. And these are basically just the same as keywords. It's YouTube saying, tell us what your video is about. Another chance for us to tell them. So then we put in the tags, how to make money from home for single mums. And then I tend to put another 1 or 2 just to kind of aid that and help that. So then on my second one might be how to make money from home, and that's it. And the third tag might be make money from home for single mums. So you just vary it up a little bit.
So 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
One is the actual content of the video. If you're just trying to directly make the sale of a product, let's say you had a product like we used to have the OMG shortcut. We don't anymore, but you know, if we did have that now, then how would you handle that? Like, I mean, we allowed certain affiliates to promote it, but it's not. We don't run around promoting it a lot. But let's say that was what you were going to promote. Can you give us an idea of what that 2-minute video would sound like? Just kind of like kind of role play it.
Okay, so I would say one thing is that I wouldn't talk in that video about OMG shortcuts and then send them straight to your page. I wouldn't do that, because I would want to have them in my attention a little bit longer.
Brilliant. Yes, because you're going to want to build your list.
Yeah. So what?
That's what I was going for. Excellent. Yeah. Okay, so great. So let's do that. So what would you say?
Yeah. So what I would then say in that video is I would say, the same thing that was saying about that keyword is if that person was searching for OMG shortcuts, or if they were just searching for a way to make money online, and that was the one I was targeting, then I would say, hey, are you looking to make money online, whatever the keyword is? I found a system that works really well. It's helped me. It's shown me how to do this. I've had these results. I've made this much money, whatever it is. Then I'd say click the link below, and I'll tell you more. And then you can either send them to two places. You can send them maybe to a blog post that is talking about it even more and has another video of you on there explaining in more detail what it is with a link to buy it, or you send them to what's called a capture page where they enter their name and email address to hear more. So in the video you've enticed them, you said, I found a system that works, I've had these results. If you want to find out more, click the link below. They click that link, they enter their name and email address, you're building your list, then maybe you send them onto that blog post.
And John really knows what he's talking about. He's actually at this point built a 50,000 person list, and this is how he got it started. So John, I want to very specifically, let's take that keyword, for the single moms, how to make money for single moms.
Yeah.
And let's walk all the way through what might be the opt-in process for that. So we understand the rankings process. What's the content of the video? And remember, let's say you're starting from scratch and you can't use your income. You could say, I know, but what you could say is, I know of a number of guys that have made a lot of money.
Yes.
You could say something like I myself am just getting started, but I've done quite a bit of investigation on the subject. I've even figured out how to rank this video that you're watching right now. Is something that you could say as kind of a point of credibility. And I'm about to introduce you to a couple guys that are making 6 figures per month. So you're really going to want to pay attention.
Yes,
something like that.
That's the way that you need to start. If you're in a position where you haven't had any results yet, you haven't got any income that you can claim and entice people with, then what you do is you leverage other people's results. That's really important. And that's
could you do a video like that for us? Could you kind of channel it for a second here? Sort of.
Give you an idea of what I would do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've just typed in how to make money online for single moms. You've typed that in. You come to my video. Here I am. Hi guys, John Pemberthy here. Chances are you come to this video because you're looking for a way to make money from home. Maybe you're a single mom, a single dad. What I want to do in this video is just explain to you the system that I found that a whole bunch of people with online are making a ton of money with it. It's unbelievable. There's mind-blowing earnings reports just being sent out left, right, and center. For example, Mike, a good friend of mine, he's made $10,000 in the past month. I've got a friend of mine, Claire, who I just got connected with just last week. She's made $50,000 just in the last month. So there's just people making tons of money, and it's a system that pretty much anyone can use as long as you're committed, determined to building a business, you're wanting to make money from home and make a change. This is the system that can actually show you how to do that. So what I want to do is now just pass you on. Just go ahead and click the link below this video, or you can visit mydomain.com. And what you'll find there is a page where you can request more details on this system. It's going to explain what it is, how it works, and more importantly, how you can begin to start using it to make a change in your life as well. So if you are that person, if you're looking to make money from home, maybe you're a single mom, you've not got much time, we can show you how to do that. So go ahead and click the link below, and I'll see you on the next page. Take care.
Brilliant. Okay, John set things up. He oriented, okay? It was clear, it was from the heart, it was simple, it was a direct one-on-one conversation. Now they hit that page. So the person watches the video, the single mom watches it, she clicks the link, now what happens?
Well, so I would have done one of two things. In this example, obviously I've sent them to a capture page. So on that page, I would then just say the same thing as I've told them in that video. So in that page, it will say, maybe the headlines, you're about to discover how tons of people are, leaving their jobs, making over 6 figures a year from the internet using this underground strategy. Enter your name and email address below to get the full details on how you can start using this for yourself as well. Something along those lines, and then I would send them onto a page that actually delivers on that and gives them the information. Another way you can do it is if you want to bypass building your list, which I wouldn't recommend you do. It's really important that you build your list. But if there was you found yourself in a situation where for some reason building a list wasn't necessary, then you have them click the link below, and that just sends them straight to a page where you have another video explaining it all. And I want to quickly talk about the importance of why am I wanting to get them off YouTube so quickly? Okay, I talk about doing a 1 or 2 minute video. I used to, okay, this is really key. I used to do 20, sometimes 30-minute videos on YouTube and I would try and keep their attention for that long and then get them to click a link to actually buy the product straight from
They have
YouTube.
all that distraction.
Yeah, it doesn't work, because if you're trying to get someone's attention on YouTube, they've got notifications going off, they've got subscribers doing this and that, they've got related videos that while they're watching you...
Those are related videos. Are just
they're seeing these titles of videos that they want to click on and go ahead and have a look at. They've got the search bar, they're getting a bit bored, they might type... what you want to do, you want to get them off YouTube as quickly as possible, get them onto your website, because once they're on your website, you have full control over what they see, what they do, and what they listen to. So that's key. Get them off YouTube as quickly as possible. The quicker you do a call to action, which is telling them what to do next, the quicker you tell them to click the link below and join you at your site, the more people will go through that link and actually end up on your site. So that's key. Get them off YouTube as quickly as you can.
John, you have a rare skill when it comes to email marketing, combining it with video marketing. It's very rare. I've seen very few to none besides myself who have this skill. You really have the willingness to stick to a promotion, and promote again and 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 again. And to reinforce things, I'll just say it, and again and again and again and again and again. And this is supposedly not done in the internet marketing world. In the internet marketing world, you'll often get on a list and you'll see one day one promotion, one day the next promotion, one day the next promotion, or at best 1 week this promotion, 1 week the next promotion, or at very best every month one promotion, every month another promotion. You've made most of your money from 3 products. Is that basically correct? Like from Empower, then from my previous thing, and then from OMG. Like that probably accounts for like a huge. Of course, you've made commissions here and there off of various launch jacking and stuff like that, but really the lion's share of your income has come from basically 2 or 3 products.
It's come from a few more, but it is what you're saying. I've not gone ahead and promoted hundreds and hundreds of products like a lot of people do. I normally, like Mike has said, I find a product that I like, I stand behind, and I just recommend that. I don't want to distract people. So that there's been a few products that I've did big promotions for, and like Mike has said, just stuck with it. I don't believe in sending my entire following and my entire list to a product, that's going to help them in some way, and then the next day tell them to go somewhere else. Next day tell them to go somewhere else.
And it's really far from it. I mean, I've very rarely seen you. I've seen you once in a while test the waters with something. I'm not going to name names, but like with a launch where I didn't see very many promotions for it, maybe just a couple of them from you. But usually it's, and I just think that this is incredibly effective, incredible longevity with your list. I'll tell you this, for the big OMG launch, it was a huge launch. For the original big OMG launch, John was competing with guys with huge lists, just many times the size of his list. John had never done a launch of his own. All the guys that he's competing with were coming off of hot launches, had just recently had great success. The guy who finished one ahead of John, I understand, has a 600,000 person list, and John's list at the time was probably in the 10,000 range or even less.
Oh yeah, I think it was a little bit less. Yeah, you're right. It was about 7,000 or 8,000 at the time.
So your list was probably about 1/10 the size. I'll just say it was Mark Lane's list. And you came in just a few sales. I mean, not that many sales behind him.
Yeah.
And it's that intensity of just going and going and going for it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, people say, "Oh, you'll burn your list out." Well, actually, I think you burn your list out by breaking the narrative, by having.
I agree. The reason why I made that much money on your launch, and I have done, I made $300,000 last year promoting just Empower Network. The reason I've done that is because I'm consistent with what I do, and so what happens there is, if let's say you've got someone, I don't know why I'm waving this pen about. Let's say you're telling your list about a new product every single day. They're going to begin to not trust you and not trust your opinion because they don't know what to trust anymore. You're telling them to buy something else every single day. If I haven't told them about any new product in the last month, and then suddenly I say, or even if I go completely opposite, and I say to them, guys, there's a product coming out that you're going to hear about. I actually don't recommend it. I reckon you stay away from it. They're going, whoa, who's this guy that's not just trying to make money from me? He's actually being honest with me, telling me to not buy something. So what happens then is then when you do recommend something, if I say then, guys, you know, Mike Long, a good friend of mine, is coming up with OMG, you should definitely check it out. Or if I say Empower Networks just launched this new product, you should check it out. They're actually listening to me and they're trusting me because they're going, wow, I actually trust John's opinion because he doesn't just tell me to buy everything. So when he does, it must be good. So it really does work in your favor.
Truly investigate the things. One of the things that's very unusual about you, and I don't know why, like I feel like my grandmother would know this, but yet most internet marketing gurus don't. Most internet marketing gurus, and I don't consider either me or John to be gurus, I just think that we're underground guys, but most gurus that are out there will promote something that they just haven't even looked at.
Yes.
And John, you've done, for example, made a lot of money with launch jacking. You always, as much as you could, investigated the product and then compared it with something else.
Every single time. I would never and have never promoted a product that I didn't know what was in the product. I didn't go through it, have a look at it, find out what it was and whether it was valuable. I've never done that, and I never will. Okay,
great. And then in doing that, you were willing to give quite a number of negative reviews for products that you thought were rubbish.
Yes, I did. I've actually made a few enemies online because they would launch a new product and I've said, actually, guys, don't go ahead and buy this product because I just don't recommend it. I don't think it's actually going to help you. So yeah, I've made a few enemies online because of that.
But do you regret that?
I don't. Okay, so it's kind of twofold. I don't regret telling it as it is. My business. And I've always done this from the beginning, my business is honest and it's ethical. I would never promote something that I don't recommend, and I would never tell someone to try something that I don't think is actually going to help them. So I don't regret negatively reviewing those products or giving someone the honest opinion, because that's what my business is, honesty and ethical. But it is a shame that I've made a bunch of enemies online. But that's fine, because that's what comes of having a business. There's going to be haters, and there's going to be people that follow you. You just got to focus and channel your energy onto the right people.
Are you happier now than when you began?
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I mean I knew that when I was going to start this business that it was going to be worth it. I knew that if I just cracked the code and I persisted with it and I was consistent with it, that it would be worth it. And now I'm in such a blessed position, and I feel so humbled that I'm making as much money as we're talking about. I get to travel the world. Last year I traveled 10 times. I think a third of the year I was away, and yet my business still runs for me. I'm just hugely blessed.
And just so you know, when you get to my position and you make many times what John makes, you can just stay at home and not travel at all. So that's no, I'm just fully joking. Joking every way up and down. No, but in my younger days, John, I traveled like crazy. I've been to Tokyo 20 times, and so I'm completely joking when I say that.
Yeah, I'm trying to enjoy it now, but as soon as I get a wife and a family, the traveling will need to die down a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, so what I'd like to do is look at when you're doing a review, what are you looking at? And let me just say one thing, because I hope and expect that everyone who watches this video will actually watch it at least a couple times. And I'm saying this late for a reason. I could have said this early on, but I think it would have a little bit messed with your head in terms of focusing on it. One of the things I want you to do whenever you're watching my videos, Greg's as well, is when you're watching John here, the rare person, I want you to be able to absorb, this is a little bit of a law of implication idea from David Mills. I want you to be able to absorb our deeper assumptions about things. I want you to be able to absorb our mannerisms and our comfort with things and our discomfort with things. We're not comfortable with everything. Everything's not just perfect for us. But I want you to be able to absorb that, because there's so much value in being able to absorb it. And it'll really sort of passively help you have more success. So one of the nice things about watching this video and all of our videos multiple times is that you're going to be absorbing things implicitly, like kind of in the back of your head, that you don't even realize that you're absorbing.
Yeah.
So just please keep that in mind. John, a little bit to wrap up this session here. We may follow up on this, or we may follow up with something else. When you're doing a review, what are you looking for, and how do you do it? So let's say somebody comes out with video max 9,000. I don't know, like some new internet marketing product. How do you review it? How do you deal with that? Let's say from a launch hacking perspective. So you hear a new launch is coming up. Maybe you contact the owner and you're able to get a review copy, or maybe you wait till it launches and then buy a copy of it and then go through it. What's the process that you go through?
Okay. Firstly, you need to know that that product is going to have search volume for it. I.e., when that product launches, you need to know there's going to be enough people going to Google and YouTube for a review of that product that it's worth your time doing a review, whether you're putting up a website, whether you're doing a video, whatever it is. So a part of that comes with time, because after I did product reviews for a while, I used to know who the big names were. So I used to know that if I saw, John Smith coming out with a product, I knew that he would have a lot of support, a lot of people sending him traffic, so that means it would be worthwhile, my time. If I didn't know who the person was, maybe I'd ask around a little bit. Maybe I would Google them and find out whether they've had support before, whether they've produced products before. I won't go too deep into that now, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. You've just got to know that it's going to be worth your time. Firstly, the second thing I would do is I never used to ask for review copies. There was a very particular reason for this. Is that when you get a review copy, they're only going to give you access to the members area to see what's in the members area. Sometimes it's limited access as well because you're a JV partner. What I used to like to do, and this goes back to being, just being honest and ethical, I wanted to see the whole procedure that a new person would go through. So if I was to refer someone to this product saying that it was good, I want to know exactly what steps they're going to see before they get to the product. I want to see the sales video, I want to watch it, I want to buy the product, I want to see where they send them next, I want to see if they've got an OTO, one-time offer, what that is, how much it is, and then how they proceed into the members area, do they get their login, all this stuff. I wanted to just see how that procedure went. So obviously that was more money on my part because I'm having to buy all these products all the time, but it was worth it for me because I wanted to know exactly what was in those products so that when I'm doing a review, when I'm talking to people about that product, I can actually genuinely speak from experience as a customer of that product. So that's key.
I think that was such a great way to finish things off because, again, I just made mention of your deeper assumptions. And John's deep assumption here is that he becomes a customer of the product, and then he can speak to a potential customer of the product. Not like he doesn't want to have layers removed. He doesn't want to be out here floating out somewhere from a detached perspective. He really wants to be inside of it, immersed in it. If we kind of imagine the difference between watching a roller coaster, just standing there eating some cotton candy, watching a roller coaster rolling away, versus actually being on the roller coaster. You sit down and the bar locks in and it starts going up and starts whipping all over the place. And then whether it hurts your neck or if it's really fun and exciting. Yeah. It's a very the loop de loop is really takes your breath away or whatever. Then that's a very different experience. You can't get that experience from the outside looking in, just watching that roller coaster. So kind of keep that in mind when John said that. John, this has been so valuable. Thank you so much for your valuable time today.
I appreciate you having me out, Mike.
An incredible hangout. Thank you so much. We can wrap up and just talk on Skype for a minute or two. Oh, sorry. Did you have something to wrap up with?
Well, I'll just tell people where they can find me if they want to hear more of my stuff. Is that all right?
Please do. Yes, please.
If you want to get in touch with me, guys, you can find me at my10kformula.com. That's my10kformula.com. You can get some more of my training and we can get connected if you'd like to.
Highly recommended. All right, great. Thank you, John.
Take care.